Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So this week, for your key to the week, you have the Temperance card. This is your card as a Sagittarius. This is the card that rules your sign, right? So in this week, not that you don't always, but in this week especially, you are showing up as yourself and you are finding a way to express yourself that is truly true to who you are. Now, one thing that might come up this week, you may find that your maybe an outlook of yours or maybe an understanding of yours is somewhat at odds with somebody else's. It could also see you this week having to mediate something. So remember, the Temperance card is about balance, right? It's about finding the right elements and creating that energy of alchemy. This is effectively you standing in your personal truth, which is great. But as a key to the week, it kind of suggests that something that you're doing, knowing, understanding, or being is a little bit at odds with something that somebody else knows, believes, or whatever, and you're going to have to find a way to navigate that this week. It's about being true to yourself, but doing it in a way that you don't step on anybody else's toes. And this isn't about tiptoeing around people or issues. It's just about finding a way to be yourself that isn't abrasive or doesn't cause you any issues further down the line, right? For your actions and options, you have the Nine of Pentacles. There's something about you this week that is being refined. This is about you seeking the best experience that you possibly can have, whether this is on a spiritual level, whether it's on a physical, sensual level, whether it's on a magical level, an emotional level, a mental level. It's like this week, you're going to be provided with the opportunities to have the best experience, the best direct experience of something. Remember, your Nine of Pentacles as well is about hard work. Sometimes it can see you really putting that graft in. This could be a week where you are doing that, and it's like, I'm getting this energy where it's like you break a personal best this week, or a plateau of some sort. Maybe a new understanding or insight comes in from something that you've been literally nose to the grindstone on. Is there a new discipline that you've been trying to learn? Is there something in your studies that you've finally cracked? This is one of those moments where it all comes together and you're like, yeah, okay. It's like your personal practice in some respect this week is it's just going to be silk. You know, you have those moments, and I have them. I even still, like, I love what I do, and I would, I say this as humbly as I possibly can, but I would like to think I'm okay at what I do, that I'm good at what I do. But every so often you do a reading or you have a session with someone and it just, it's other. It has some other aspect to it where it was just smooth, it was easy, it was silk. This week you're having a lot of those experiences, and I think it's coming from all of the hard work that you've done in a specific area of your life. So really, really nice, very exciting. The universe is smoothing off some of your rough edges, baby. For your communications and conversations. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at myself because I'm such a dork. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Two of Cups. This is brilliant. Not only are you being received well, but look at this, right? I talked about this. So remember, twos are about balance. They're about opposition. They're about finding even footing with something. So this week, even with the challenges that arise, and it may come because you're tired or you're exhausted and somebody says something and you're just like, do you know what? This person has been such a D-bag. Like, do you know what I mean? You're going to find a way. You will find a way to navigate or circumvent somebody's attempt to knock you off of your Zen cloud, right? So this is great. This is actually really good. What it also tells me... Sorry about that, Saggies. All right, so let's get back to it. Yeah, this is going to be a great week for maybe finding people to connect or collaborate with. For your money and materials, you have the Knight of Swords. So I'm going to be honest with you. Not that I'm never anything but, right? But you're Your Knight of Swords, it kind of suggests this week that there might be something that you want to buy or something that you want to purchase, and you might be a little bit hasty in this, all right? So it's just a week for you to consider when it comes to money, what you're doing with it. This is a great week for gathering information about a big purchase. It's a great week for doing the research and the legwork and stuff, but this wouldn't be the right time to buy something big or something, something that's going to be expensive. The reason I say that is because the Knight of Swords can sometimes see you being too hasty or even aggressive in your pursuit of something. So this week, on another way that this could play out as well, when you look at this with the Nine of Pentacles, this could be that because of all of this hard work and nose to the grindstone that you've been doing, you're accumulating a whole bunch of money, and maybe as an outlet or a release, there's a part of you that's like, right, let's spend this, baby. All right, so just find a way to curb that impulse this week. For your physical health and vitality, this is a week where you probably want to start factoring in some sort of rest and recuperation. It could be that a loved one, a friend, somebody kind of says to you, you know what, maybe you want to start easing it down because you've been working so hard. And what happens when we work really hard, we start to get run down. So this is a week where you want to look after yourself from that perspective. The other thing is as well, this could be a week where you're doing a lot of things in haste. So it's kind of like you're either maybe a bit haphazard. Sometimes this can see you being a bit reckless. I will say this as well. This is not a week to drive overly fast, all right, especially with your Knight of Swords and your Knight of Pentacles. The reason I say this is because this week it's kind of like you've got so much going on, and there is tons going on, that you might, maybe end up getting a speeding ticket. I mean, with this kind of energy, I do not condone said behavior, but with this kind of energy, you might be able to talk yourself out of it. But I did not condone any bad actions, all right? So just be conscious. For your home and environment, again, look at this. This could see you maybe, for those of you that are partnered, married, long-term relationship, etc., living with somebody, this could be a time where you want to really move ahead with something with the home or something, maybe that big purchase, and your partner is kind of trying to bring your feet back down to the ground at the moment. This would be the time where I would say probably to side with your partner, to listen to them and let them be the voice of reason, even if it's usually you. Maybe this is the one time out of 10 that the other partner is right. All right. For those of you that are single, we're not on love and relationships yet, but the message still stands. For love and relationships, look at this. You've got the Sun card, right? So look at this. You will find a way to listen to somebody else's viewpoint. You will find a way to mediate the sometimes challenging waters of a relationship when you really want something or want to do something and the other person doesn't, or kind of puts the brakes on it. This is great. The Sun card is life, heat, blessings, joy, abundance, all of those things. It's right underneath the Two of Cups. So even with the challenges that you're going to face in relationships or connections this week, you will find a way through it. Your communications are blessed. And this, even goes for that. I won't condone, bad behavior and overly fast driving and stuff, because it can be dangerous for everybody. But like I said, if you get yourself a ticket, this could, you have the gift of the gab this week, but use it for something that is not selfish or nefarious. Use it for something that is going to be really beneficial for, for everybody that you come into contact with. For those of you that are single, this would be a great week to entertain those. It kind of feels like there's a part of you that's maybe connected to somebody that you kind of look at and you think, yeah, you're pretty, but you're really young. Or do or maybe your mindset is too different to mine. Entertain that this week. There's something about a potential partner that's kind of already in the picture, that has that, it's almost like they can take you out of yourself. They can help lighten you up. And you guys are usually pretty loose and quite funny at the best of times, I have to say. I know a fair few Saggies, and I love you guys because the humour is... sometimes you're like, oh, yeah, they went there, you know, which is great. It really is. But yeah, this is for those of you that are single and you have somebody that's kind of on the periphery that you're like, oh, I don't know, their mindset is really young, or do you know what I mean? Like, just entertain it. Give them the time of day, give them the benefit of the doubt, because you might find that you end up having either a really great time or a really good connection with this person. All right. So with that said, have an amazing week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.